which is leaving big paths, and then what happens is that the modern trees are in charge of filling the gaps pretty soon, and the forest is able to recuperate. Why taking this into consideration with the broken forest of what we're doing? It's very simple. If we work as a team, we are stronger. That's what the forest has shown us. And our ancestors, they knew that. For some reason, we were ignoring it, but we're having to go back to prove that the theories that our ancestors were saying, it was the truth.
Tell people that we're walking toward the ferry boat right now. We're going to take it across to Manitoulin. It's right there. I can see it.
Spiral. Away. And
bear's hair and briar. On untrodden paths we ramble, escape from the machines. Loud
Yeah.
blare, loud blare. Across the far
Spirit being living in a beautiful gift of creation. You're not a human being on your knees looking for a spirit, and then they'd point across the street at the church. Right? So again, going back to Norville, is that as spirit beings, we move through different levels of consciousness. We don't just stay on this one level on this physical world. Right? We're spirit beings. We're connected to all creation all the way around. Right? And on this level of consciousness that we are, a lot of destruction has happened to Mother Earth. You know, we know that, we see that all the way around. But yet we know inside each other that there's still a healing process, that we're connected to it. You know, all over the earth. You know, even for those, but my son, when he was 12 years old, he goes, "Dad, you're into this curating museum stuff. What is the world going to do when they find the civilizations that are buried beneath the polar caps, both north and south? What are they going to do then? You know, to see how advanced the people were." Okay, now I'm from Wikwemikong. My relations are from Doganing. My grandma Sai, she was from Wikwemikong Sing, and they had stories about the little people, you know, and how the little people had their homes at the roots of trees and stuff like this, and you know, in the water, in caves under the water and stuff. And most of my days growing up were in a little village called Whitefish Falls, right? The adventures of Rainbow Country. And I remember as a kid, we were allowed to, you know, as long as we cut wood for the old people during the day, you know, made sure they had enough wood for the night. We carried water up from the river so they had water, you know, and stuff like that. Then we were allowed to have our little fire at night on the rocks. So we would set our fires in the day, you know, so at night when we went to go sleep on those rocks, the rocks were warm, okay? And then we'd go canoeing at night, and we were going up to the falls, and we could hear this laughter, all these kids laughing and, you know, having a great time. What the heck? We're the only kids in the village. Who's in the village, right? So as we got closer to the falls, you could hear them jumping off the rocks into the falls, you know, where we swim and stuff. And so when we got there, you know, we didn't dock or anything. We were still on the water, and then everything went silent, you know. And then talk about the hairs, all of your body stand up, you know. So we canoed back and talked to some of the old people, and they said, "Oh, those are the little people. That's all. They won't bother you. You don't bother them. Just acknowledge them." And my auntie goes, "By the way, you know where you had parked your canoe?" I goes, "Yeah." "Well, they have a home door to go underneath the rock. There's a cave inside that rock where they live." And that was the rock we slept on. I think we're losing them.
Beast, beast. Dans le cycle palpitant, inspira les chansons rythmées des oiseaux. 1, 2, 3, 800, 6, 7 et 8. 1, 2, 3, 800, 6, 7 et 8. Mon cœur m'arrête. Caring, caressing, breathing close, and then kiss, touch, embrace, love. Caring, caressing, breathing closely, and then kiss, touch, embrace. L'amour a matricé l'enseignement. L'amour a matricé l'enseignement. And my love for you has opened your arms to hold me tight. Love has conquered, portraying how lucky it feels to be alive. I love you. 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, and we're going to recognize that means that this was probably a beautiful natural forest that was razed to the ground and then planted, and the species above the ground, and then the cap, which protects it so that it's the most perfect moisture regime below. Yeah, and the spores, which are equivalent to a seed, they don't have a coat on them. So if you cut open an apple seed, it has the little brown shiny coat. And then we have, like, you familiar with like wheat, it has the germ and the bran and all. That's right, all of that. Spores don't have that. They're more like sperm. They're more like, and this is not the organism. This is not the full organism. The full organism of a mushroom is actually all beneath and in the mycelia, and this is the fruit. This is the fruit. So in the same way that an apple has many fruits, often that mycelium will produce many. And if we look under, it depends on the type of mushroom we've got, we can often see. And so some of them are up here. I don't want to say they have intuitive randomness to them, which is pretty cool. They also, from an ecological standpoint, many of them are existing kind of on their own as a structure in the forest. But most of them are connected with plants. 90% of our plants have mycorrhizal connections, which means mushroom root connectivity, and 100% of our conifers have that. So all of our conifers have a connection to a mushroom, and by that I mean like
Frogs all along there.
Well, yeah.
Walking. They're doop, doop, doop. So there must be bass or some type of fish.
Down M and Franz Dirt Laneway. Above dappled foliage array.
I don't know, 70, 80, 75. I don't know.
There were tornadoes that have gone through here.
It was noticeable. Like, oh my god.
I'm just gonna go ahead of you and film you.
So this is what I was talking about. When the Anishinaabe has come here, they identified this tree in 2010. They probably did some core samples, so they took a core out, just to count the rings, just to see, what the age of the tree is. And I think you can probably look at that. It's probably better to do. Same with this one here. That's got a number on it. The band has a fairly large resource group, and they have been very active in the last 5 years with so they've established now quite a bit, because most of this territory has been ceded to the land settlement. Hasn't been finalized. No, they just do that big roof, right? Yeah. And copper pyrite as well, which looks kind of like it's fool's gold, right? Mm-hmm. But you get chunks like that have all, how it has crystals in it? Mm-hmm. So you have all these weird angles like diamonds cut into this rock. It's pretty cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this rock when I was a kid.
Experts come out and knock it down, and she has to go into like a 10-year drop out of the scene because people didn't want to have a different relief, a different mood.
Anyway, it's vested interest down in Chaudron Mystical.
fucking fun.
I just don't know where to go. Okay.
Fairly accurate thing, 99% of the time, beaver houses are always on the south side of a lake, southwest corner.
Wow.
Where the predominant winds is from the southwest,
Yeah.
blowing the waves away from the lake, from
Right.
the beaver house. It doesn't wave actually doesn't erode the beaver house. Temagami.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Not a wind.
Yeah.
So I got on the bandwagon and got the right people on board. Canadian Parks and Wilderness Society in Toronto, which works completely on data.
Wow.
They're not
Political.
environmentalists who just want to bitch and tie themselves to bulldozers and that kind of bullshit.
No.
They work on figures, facts and figures. And we got Tim Gray and Nancy Bailey on board, and that was a really good benefit. We took Amber Ellis from Earth Roots, which are just environmentalist activists and shit disturbers. But there was somebody else at the table on our side of the table. I mean, I like Amber. I get along real good with her. I just don't agree with what she does.
Right.
Saving the wolves and training themselves to bulldozers. And once a logging company moves machinery into an area, they've already got equipment. They are going to cut it. Environmental activists is just a pain in the butt for them.
Yeah.
So we had to stop it before they got it signed, and we did.
Right
They
on.
never got it signed. You got to get over here closer than what you guys are to see this. Okay? Right in here was the first fire. And the tree was that big around. And the tree grew over. Then there's another fire, and you can see where it grew over here, and here, and here, and there. This tree has been through 5 fires. Ballpark, 100 years apart.
Oh, wow.
Some of them closer, some of them more. But this tree here, and it ain't very big, is about 500 years old. We think, the best guess, this charcoal is 300 years old.
That charcoal, wow.
Yeah.
I noticed all along here, they're all cracked on,
Yeah.
and
On
that's
this
from
side.
the fire.
Yeah, on
the,
this
the
side.
fire came up and they...
You've been stood around a campfire and the smoke blowing up around you,
Yeah.
you know? And with the smoke go around you and build up on this side here.
Yeah.
The fire came from this side, and the windbreak around this side is what burnt the tree.
Yeah.
You can see
They all have it here, along here.
red pine bark is not very thick.
Yeah.
Remember the thickness of that white pine back there? It's like this thick. And there's a groove in there, but right in the inside of that groove back there is where the soft green stuff is. But the fire blows right past it. And white pine bark basically has 0 resin in it. It doesn't burn. It's not what you'd want to make a campfire out of. It's the bark of a white pine. It won't burn it. Okay? This stuff here is fire starter. Big time. And like I say, you can easily see the fires over top of this one. This tree here tells a story of what this forest is all about.
No calculated allowed. That's like, 3 species, like all of them.
Thank you so much.
This here you can see where a tree fell over, the bottom one, and then the top one fell on it, but there's the top of it, and you can see these limbs here are all spiral, so you know that was a crown fire on that tree. The bottom of that tree, you'd be surprised, we're going to see it over there. I'll take you over and show you what it is. But this is way up at the top of the tree. We're up over 100 feet up in the air right here when it was standing. All right?
Over 100 feet up.
And this tree just fell over in that big windstorm that come through here years ago. The one that made the tree, that white pine where the bear den should be.
Yeah.
This is all product of the same windstorm. But this tree here was on the ground years and years before that. Right. And we cut that much out of it so you could walk through here. We just pushed it up.
And look at it go over there.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
Look at that white pine exploded there, but they came back and kept going.
equivalent to the old growth
real money
forest, somewhat,
now.
you know, like the size of them is comparable.
No, definitely.
And it's a long way from the first one. You know, the clear pine you can cut out of that tree? Loggers just roll through that one. Yeah.
No, not me.
Well, we started the project in Midland. You guys already know that. I don't need to explain everything. But what we're trying to do is, in this moment, focus more is what are we going to do? How are we going to present this? Now, what is the plan? You know what we're going to be doing this week.
We run lots of public programming. We're doing complementary programming to what's on view in the gallery. You know, there's programming that comes in accordance with that. We do a lot of seniors programming, which is very accessible, so low fee, no physical barriers, that kind of thing.
Hey, Alex.
to these sylvan headlands, old headlands, old headlands. These are the sweet sounds of plant spirits returning. In these quiet, forested fingers, crisscrossed by tumble, foaming, glistening, and ruminating rivers, the blood waters are babble rolling, babble rolling, babble rolling, babble blossoms catch angled beams from a distant weeping canopy above headlands intercoursing streams twixt mystery and annihilation and annihilation and annihilation and annihilation. A short-lived peace returns to these sylvan headlands old. These are the sweet sounds of plant spirits returning. To the rear, we turn together in wonder. Meet the fumes of oil and steel, the raising of the wilderness plunder. Arrogant as earth's skin, we peel. Before another breath is taken.